Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Ruthie, and I'm getting ready to make some banana muffins. I have some very ripe bananas that I need to use, and I chose to make muffins with it. These are the ingredients that you are going to need for this recipe. You're going to need some flour, an egg, salt, baking powder, baking soda, vanilla, some sugar, and of course, some bananas. So what I'm going to do first is measure out my flour. I'm doing all the dry ingredients first, which will be my flour, my baking powder, my baking soda, and the salt. I will leave the link to where I got this recipe from down in the description box below, so that way you can actually head over there and get the full measurements and the directions for this recipe. This is a very easy recipe to make. I actually do a lot of the time after work. I come home and I just make the muffins. This is excellent for breakfast, for people who are on the go in the morning, and even for the kids, because it has the bananas in it and is on the healthy side besides the sugar in it. But I would say this is more healthier. So I measured all my ingredients in for the dry, and I'm giving it a good mix. You want to make sure you mix your dry ingredients so that way there isn't any one ingredient lump somewhere. Next, what I'm doing is going to mash my bananas up, and I found mashing it on a plate versus in the bowl just works so much easier for me, so that's what I'm doing. And my bananas were very ripe, so it was either to freeze the bananas for smoothies or to make muffins, and my family, of course, opted to make the muffins. This is a recipe that once I make it, muffins do not stay in the pan or in the tins for too long. They eat it right out the tin very hot. So now I'm going to do the wet ingredients, which is going to be the sugar, the vanilla, the egg, melted butter, and the banana. And again, I will leave the link to where I got this recipe from in the description box below, because this is not my recipe and I don't want to give full measurements and take credit for this is not my recipe. So you can head over to her channel and get the recipe. So the only thing I'm doing now is just I put all the wet ingredients. I'm going to mix everything with the hand mixer. And get all the wet ingredients incorporated. The website that I did find this on was the DIYlighthouse.com. So again, I will leave that link down below so you can head over there and get this recipe. Of course, Pinterest is my go-to. That's where I found this at. So I'm incorporating the flour mix now. I'm doing it in batches because I want to make sure that as I'm mixing it, I'm getting everything well mixed and not having any clumps of flour somewhere. So that's why I do it in batches. So now that everything is well mixed, I'm going to put into the muffin tins. I'm using 1/4 measuring cup. I just find it easier when I use the 1/4 cup that everything comes out equally in the muffins. If you use something else, go for it, but this is just what I use. And it's real easy to make. This is just a single batch, which will make about 12, maybe 16 muffins. I forget the count. But I have doubled the batch before, and I froze some of the muffins, and it works out just fine. So you can double the batch and, of course, freeze the muffins if you choose to. So I'm just putting everything into the pan. And then I'm going to put this in a 350-degree preheated oven and let it cook for about 20 minutes or so, depending on your oven. You can see all the chunks of banana as I'm scooping it out. This is a fantastic recipe. I've searched a long time, made a lot of banana breads and stuff. This here is spot on. I highly recommend you trying this recipe if you like banana breads and muffins. And you could add nuts to this too. I have a allergy in my house with nuts, so I do not put anything of nuts in my baking. So this is what I got out of that batch, and I put in the oven now. Here they are out of the oven. Don't they look gorgeous? Golden brown. So I'm taking a toothpick just to check the inside, make sure it's completely done. So when you put the toothpick in, pull it out, it comes out dry, you know it's done. I appreciate you stopping by, watching the video. Remember, head over to the DIYlighthouse.com to get the full recipe, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye.